Present value represents the current worth of a sum of money that you have right now or expect to receive in the future. It's like looking at the value of that money in today's terms, considering potential interest or growth. Future value FV. What is it? Future value represents the amount of money that a specific sum you have right now or expect to receive will grow into by a future date. It's like looking at how much that money will be worth in the future, considering potential interest or growth. Relationship between PV and FV. The relationship between PV and FV is like a two-way street. From present to future, PV to FV. When you calculate the future value, FV, you are taking the present value, PV, and letting it grow over time with the help of interest or growth. It shows you how your money can increase over the years if you invest it wisely. From future to present, FV to PV. On the other hand, when you calculate the present value, PV, you are taking a sum of money you expect to receive in the future, FV, and bringing it back to today's value. This helps you understand how much that future money is worth right now, considering potential interest or growth. Why are they important? Both present value and future value calculations are essential for financial decision-making, investment decisions. PV helps you decide if an investment is worth making right now, and FV helps you see the potential growth of your money over time. Budgeting and savings. PV helps you plan for future expenses by understanding how much money you need to set aside today, and FV helps you set realistic savings goals. Loan planning. PV helps you see the real cost of a loan, while FV helps you understand the impact of interest on your future payments. In a nutshell, both PV and FV calculations are like time machines for money. PV helps you understand the value of future money in today's terms, and FV shows you how your money can grow over time. By using these calculations together, you can make informed financial decisions, plan for your future, and make your money work smarter for you. Let's dive into performing basic time value of money calculations, including periods other than annually, like monthly, weekly, or quarterly. Time value of money, TVM. What is it? Time value of money is a concept that helps us understand how the value of money changes over time. It allows us to compare money from different points in time, considering factors like interest and inflation. Simple terms explanation, why it's important. Imagine you have $100 today and you have two options. Spend it right away or save it for the future. TVM calculations help you make wise decisions, saving for retirement. When planning for retirement, you can calculate how much money you need to save each month or each year to have enough funds when you retire. You consider factors like interest or investment growth over time, saving for a large purchase, whether it's buying a car or going on a dream vacation. TVM helps you set savings goals. You can calculate how much you need to save regularly to reach your target in a specific time frame. Borrowing money. If you're taking a loan, TVM helps you understand the total cost of the loan, including interest, and how much you need to repay over time. Basic TVM calculations. Explained simply, there are three main TVM calculations: future value, FV. This calculation tells you how much your money will grow to in the future, considering the interest or investment returns. If you save $100 and it earns 5% interest annually, the FV after 1 year would be $105. Present value, PV. PV helps you find out how much a future amount is worth in today's terms. If you want $105 a year from now and the interest rate is 5%, the PV would be $100, the amount you need to have today. Payment, PMT. PMT helps you determine regular payments needed to reach a savings goal or pay off a loan. For example, if you want to save $1,000 in 1 year and you start with $0, the PMT would be $83.33 per month, or $1,000 divided by 12 months. Calculation frequency. Monthly, weekly, quarterly. Why it matters. When you save or invest money, it's important to consider how often you make contributions or receive returns. For instance, if you save monthly, you need to adjust the interest rate and time period accordingly. Let's say you have an annual interest rate of 6% and you want to save for 3 years, but you contribute monthly. You would divide the annual rate by 12, the number of months in a year, and multiply the number of years by 12. Present value represents the current worth of a sum of money that you have right now or expect to receive in the future. It's like looking at the value of that money in today's terms, considering potential interest or growth. Future value, FV. What is it? Future value represents the amount of money that a specific sum you have right now or expect to receive will grow into by a future date. It's like looking at how much that money will be worth in the future, considering potential interest or growth. Relationship between PV and FV. The relationship between PV and FV is like a two-way street, from present to future, PV to FV. When you calculate the future value, FV, you are taking the present value, PV, and letting it grow over time with the help of interest or growth. It shows you how your money can increase over the years if you invest it wisely. From future to present, FV to PV. On the other hand, when you calculate the present value, PV, you are taking a sum of money you expect to receive in the future, FV, and bringing it back to today's value. This helps you understand how much that future money is worth right now, considering potential interest or growth. Why are they important? Both present value and future value calculations are essential for financial decision-making, investment decisions. PV helps you decide if an investment is worth making right now, and FV helps you see the potential growth of your money over time. Budgeting and savings. PV helps you plan for future expenses by understanding how much money you need to set aside today, and FV helps you set realistic savings goals. Loan planning. PV helps you see the real cost of a loan, while FV helps you understand the impact of interest on your future payments. In a nutshell, both PV and FV calculations are like time machines for money. PV helps you understand the value of future money in today's terms, and FV shows you how your money can grow over time. By using these calculations together, you can make informed financial decisions, plan for your future, and make your money work smarter for you. Let's dive into performing basic time value of money calculations, including periods other than annually, like monthly, weekly, or quarterly. Time value of money, TVM. What is it? Time value of money is a concept that helps us understand how the value of money changes over time. It allows us to compare money from different points in time, considering factors like interest and inflation. Simple terms explanation, why it's important. Imagine you have $100 today and you have two options. Spend it right away or save it for the future. TVM calculations help you make wise decisions. Saving for retirement. When planning for retirement, you can calculate how much money you need to save each month or each year to have enough funds when you retire. You consider factors like interest or investment growth over time. Saving for a large purchase. Whether it's buying a car or going on a dream vacation, TVM helps you set savings goals. You can calculate how much you need to save regularly to reach your target in a specific time frame. Borrowing money. If you're taking a loan, TVM helps you understand the total cost of the loan, including interest, and how much you need to repay over time. Basic TVM calculations. Explained simply, there are three main TVM calculations: future value, FV. This calculation tells you how much your money will grow to in the future, considering the interest or investment returns. If you save $100 and it earns 5% interest annually, the FV after 1 year would be $105. Present value, PV. PV helps you find out how much a future amount is worth in today's terms. If you want $105 a year from now and the interest rate is 5%, the PV would be $100, the amount you need to have today. Payment, PMT. PMT helps you determine regular payments needed to reach a savings goal or pay off a loan. For example, if you want to save $1,000 in 1 year and you start with $0, the PMT would be $83.33 per month, or $1,000 divided by 12 months. Calculation frequency: A, monthly, weekly, quarterly. Why it matters. When you save or invest money, it's important to consider how often you make contributions or receive returns. For instance, if you save monthly, you need to adjust the interest rate and time period accordingly. Let's say you have an annual interest rate of 6% and you want to save for 3 years, but you contribute monthly. You would divide the annual rate by 12, the number of months in a year, and multiply the number of years by 12. The longer you leave your money invested, the more it can grow exponentially, helping you achieve your financial goals faster. Savings: when you save money in accounts that offer compound interest, your savings can grow faster over time. It encourages regular savings and patience to see your money grow. Loans: on the other hand, compound interest affects loans. If you have a loan, the interest keeps adding up, and you end up paying more over time. In simple terms, compound interest is like a turbo boost for your money. It helps your savings or investments grow faster, but it also means that loans might cost you more in the long run. Understanding compound interest empowers you to make smart financial choices, whether it's saving for the future, investing wisely, or managing debt responsibly. So remember the power of compounding and let your money work for you to secure a brighter financial future. Let's expand on the key notes about time value of money, TVM. Time value of money, TVM. What is it? TVM is the idea that money is worth more today than the same amount of money in the future. This is because money can be invested or used to buy things right away, and it has the potential to grow in value over time through interest or investment returns. No waiting. Immediate investment or consumption. When you have money now, you can choose to invest it to earn more money or use it to buy something you want right away. For example, if you have $100 today, you could invest it in a savings account or buy a new gadget. Why would you wait? More money and inflation hedge. Sometimes waiting can be beneficial because it allows your money to grow and become more valuable in the future. If you invest $100 for a few years, it could turn into $110, $120, or even more, depending on the interest or investment returns. Cost or value of waiting. TVM analyses. TVM allows us to analyze and understand the cost or value of waiting. By calculating the future value of money, we can see how much our money will grow over time if we invest it. On the other hand, by calculating the present value of money, we can see how much money we need to have now to reach a specific goal in the future. Importance of TVM, why it matters. Understanding TVM is crucial for making smart financial decisions. Here's why it's important. Investment decisions. TVM helps us choose the best investment options by comparing how much money can grow over time. Budgeting and savings goals. It allows us to plan for future expenses or savings goals by seeing how much money we need to set aside now. Inflation and purchasing power. TVM helps us maintain our spending power over time. As prices of things usually go up due to inflation, we need to account for it when planning our finances. Managing debts. TVM helps us understand the long-term cost of loans, including interest payments. In simple terms, TVM is like a magic calculator that helps us understand the value of money over time. It empowers us to make informed choices, whether it's about investments, savings goals, or managing debts. By considering TVM, we can plan for a brighter financial future and make our money work for us. Time value of money, TVM. Elements. What are they? TVM involves several important elements used to solve financial problems. PV, or present value. This represents the value of money you have right now in today's terms. It's like asking, how much is this money worth if we consider it today? For example, if you have $100 in your pocket, that's the present value. FV, or future value. FV represents the value of money in the future after a certain number of years or time periods. It's like asking, how much will this money grow to over time? For instance, If you invest $100 today and it earns interest, the future value could be $110 after a year and or number of periods. This is the total number of years or parts of years involved in the time frame. It's like saying, how many years will it take for my money to grow or change in value? If you invest for 5 years, N would be 5. PMT or payments. PMT represents multiple sums of money paid or received regularly over time. It could be monthly or yearly payments, like loan installments or rental income. For example, if you receive $50 every month, that's the payment. I or interest rate. I represents the interest rate or the rate at which money grows or changes in value. It's used to calculate both the future value, compounding, and present value, discounting. For instance, if the interest rate is 5%, I would be 0.05. Solving TVM problems. Use 4 to solve 5. In TVM problems, you'll typically be given 4 of these elements and use them to find the missing value. For example, if you know the present value, future value, number of periods, and interest rate, you can calculate the payment required or vice versa. Importance of TVM elements. Why they are important. Understanding and using these TVM elements are crucial for various financial scenarios. Investment decisions. They help you evaluate the potential growth of investments and choose the best option. Savings and retirement planning. They enable you to plan and set aside money for future goals, like buying a house or saving for retirement. Loan management. They help you understand the cost of loans and manage your debt effectively. Financial decision making. They empower you to make informed choices about various financial transactions. In simple terms, these TVM elements are like puzzle pieces that allow you to understand the value of money over time and make smart financial decisions. Whether it's investing wisely, planning for the future, or managing your finances, knowing these elements helps you take control of your money and work towards your financial goals with confidence. Let's discuss the formulas for calculating future value, FV, and present value, PV, for both single and multiple periods, and explain the keynotes single period, fixed sum. When we talk about a single period, it means we're looking at a financial situation that lasts for only one period, like 1 year. Here are the formulas for both simple interest and compound interest. Future value, FV. For simple interest and compound interest, the future value after one period is calculated using the formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus I. Present value, PV. Similarly, the present value can be found using the formula. PV equals FV slash 1 plus I. Multiple periods, fixed sum. For situations that involve multiple periods, more than 1 year or time period, we need to modify the formulas. Here, N represents the number of periods. Future value, FV. Multiple periods. For compound interest, the future value after N periods is given by the formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus a caret in present value, PV. Multiple periods, and the present value can be calculated using PV equals FV slash 1 plus a caret in simple terms explanation. Why it's important. Single period. In a single period, whether it's simple or compound interest, the formulas are straightforward. They allow us to see how much our money will grow, FV, or how much money we need today, PV, for a one-time financial transaction, like a short-term investment or a loan that lasts for only 1 year. Multiple periods. For longer-term financial planning, such as saving for retirement or long-term investments, we need to consider multiple periods. The formulas allow us to calculate how much our money will grow, FV, or how much we need to invest or save today, PV, over several years, taking into account the interest or investment returns for each period. Importance. Why they are important. Understanding these formulas is crucial for various financial decisions. Investments. Whether you're investing for a short period or saving for the long term, These formulas help you see the potential growth of your money or set financial goals. Loans and debts. If you're taking a loan, you can use these formulas to understand the total cost of the loan and plan your repayments. Financial planning. Whether it's retirement planning, saving for a big purchase, or managing debt, the FV and PV formulas help you make informed choices and set realistic financial targets. In simple terms, these formulas are like financial tools that allow you to see how money grows over time, FV, or how much money you need now to achieve a future goal, PV. By using these formulas, you can take control of your finances, make wise decisions, and work towards a more secure and prosperous financial future. Let's review annuities, including the annuity formula. Annuities. What are they? Annuities are a series of payments of a fixed amount made at regular intervals. It's like having a stream of money coming in or going out at set frequencies, such as monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Annuity formula. Why is it important? The annuity formula is crucial for calculating the regular payment amount, PMT, in annuity scenarios. It helps you understand how much money you need to pay or receive regularly to achieve a specific financial goal. The annuity formula. Simplified. The annuity formula can be quite complex, but it's easy to use with a financial calculator. In simple terms, the formula is used to find the regular payment, PMT, required to achieve a certain future value, FV, or to figure out how much you can withdraw, PMT, regularly from an investment or savings to last for a specific period. Why use a calculator for annuities? Using a financial calculator for annuity calculations is highly recommended for a few reasons. Accuracy. Calculators help avoid errors that might occur during manual calculations, ensuring accurate results. Efficiency. The formula for calculating PMT in annuities can be complex and time-consuming. Calculators make the process quicker and more efficient. Avoid transcription errors. When you write down numbers on paper or a whiteboard, there's a risk of transcription errors. Using a calculator minimizes this risk. Importance of annuities. Why they are important. Understanding annuities is essential for various financial scenarios. Retirement planning. Annuities are commonly used for retirement savings and pensions, where you receive regular payments to support your lifestyle after you stop working. Loan payments. Annuities can be used to calculate regular loan payments, such as mortgage installments or car loans. Investments. If you're setting up an investment that pays you regular income, like an annuity, understanding how much you'll receive regularly is vital for your financial planning. In simple terms, annuities are like financial subscriptions that provide a fixed payment stream over time. They are used in various situations, from planning for retirement to managing loans and investments. The annuity formula, when used with a calculator, enables you to make informed financial decisions and secure a stable financial future. So whether you're saving, investing, or managing debts, annuities play a significant role in your financial journey. Let's expand on the key notes about different compounding periods, perpetuities, and their significance. Different compounding periods. What are they? When we talk about different compounding periods, it means that the interest is added or calculated at various intervals. For example, instead of calculating interest annually, we might do it monthly, quarterly, or even daily. The key is to match the time units, egg years, in the interest rate with the time units in the compounding periods. Why it matters. Different compounding periods impact how interest grows or accumulates over time. More frequent compounding can lead to slightly higher returns due to the effect of compounding more often. N. Number of years x periods per year. How it works. To account for different compounding periods, we use a formula to adjust the number of periods. For instance, if we have monthly compounding for 10 years, N would be 12 monthly periods in a year, multiplied by 10, which gives us 120 periods in total. I/Y. Annual rate / periods per year. How it works. Similarly, we adjust the interest rate based on the compounding periods. If we have a 6% annual rate with monthly compounding, I/V would be 6% divided by 12 monthly periods in a year, which equals 0.5% per month. Perpetuities. What are they? A perpetuity is a special case where the payments go on forever, meaning there's no specific end date. It's like receiving or making payments indefinitely. How to calculate perpetuities? Why it's easy. Calculating perpetuities is simple because it involves a straightforward division. To find the value of a perpetuity, you just divide the regular payment, PMT, by the interest rate, I/Y. Importance: why different compounding periods and perpetuities matter. Understanding different compounding periods helps us make accurate calculations and compare investment options that offer various compounding frequencies. It empowers us to see how interest grows with different compounding intervals, allowing for better financial decision making. Two types of perpetuities. Constant perpetuity. In this type, the payment remains the same over time, like receiving or paying the same amount of money forever. Growing perpetuity. In this type, the payment increases at a specific rate over time, like getting a raise in your allowance every year. Why they're important. Perpetuities are important for long-term financial planning, especially when it comes to retirement income or stable investments. Constant perpetuities provide a steady stream of income, while growing perpetuities can help keep up with rising costs due to inflation. Importance of understanding compounding and perpetuities. Maximizing savings and investments. Knowing about different compounding periods helps us choose the best savings or investment options to make our money grow faster. Planning for retirement. Perpetuities are relevant for retirement planning, ensuring a reliable income stream even after we stop working. Smart financial decisions. Understanding these concepts helps us make informed choices about loans, investments, and managing money in general. In simple terms, understanding compounding and perpetuities helps us make the most of our money, plan for the future, and ensure we have enough funds for a secure and comfortable life. They are important for scenarios where we receive or pay a fixed amount indefinitely. It's relevant for retirement planning, pension payments, or investments that offer continuous income streams. Considering different compounding periods and perpetuities helps us better plan our finances, evaluate investment options, and ensure a steady stream of income for the future. By understanding these concepts, we can make smarter financial choices and build a more secure financial future. In conclusion, grasping the concepts of different compounding periods and perpetuities is like having a superpower in managing our money. It allows us to choose the right financial strategies, reach our goals faster, and ensure a stable financial future. Whether we're saving, investing, or planning for retirement, these concepts help us make wiser financial decisions at any age. Let's expand on the key notes about the two types of perpetuities: constant perpetuity and growing perpetuities. What are they? As we discussed earlier, perpetuities are financial arrangements that involve receiving or paying a fixed sum of money regularly and indefinitely. They have no specific end date and the payments continue forever. Type 1. Constant perpetuity. In a constant perpetuity, the payment remains the same throughout its lifetime. It's like receiving or making a fixed amount of money year after year, with no change in the payment. Formula for constant perpetuity. Why it's important. To calculate the value of a constant perpetuity, you use a simple formula. Value equals payment/rate. Here, payment is the fixed amount you receive or pay regularly, and rate is the discount rate or interest rate used to evaluate the perpetuity's value. Importance of constant perpetuity. Why it's important. Constant perpetuities are valuable for investors looking for steady income streams. They are often used in various financial instruments, such as certain types of bonds or annuities, to provide consistent payments to investors or recipients. Type 2. Growing perpetuity. In a growing perpetuity, the payment increases at a specific rate over time. It's like receiving or making a gradually increasing amount of money year after year. Formula for growing perpetuity. Why it's important. To calculate the value of a growing perpetuity, you use a slightly more complex formula. Value equals payment 1 slash interest rate, growth rate. Here, payment 1 is the initial payment, interest rate is the discount rate or interest rate, and growth rate is the rate at which the payment increases. Importance of growing perpetuity. Why it's important. Growing perpetuities are valuable for situations where income needs to keep up with inflation or increase over time. They can be used in long-term financial planning, such as retirement income, where the cost of living might rise and a fixed payment might not be enough in the future. In simple terms, constant perpetuities are like a stable allowance that never changes, while growing perpetuities are like an allowance that increases every year. Understanding these two types of perpetuities helps individuals and investors choose the right financial instruments to secure a steady income for life or plan for future financial needs. By using the appropriate formula, we can accurately evaluate the value of these financial instruments and make informed financial decisions. Let's summarize the key points about the time value of money and its importance. Time value of money. What is it? The time value of money is a concept that says money is worth more today than the same amount of money in the future. When you have money now, you can use it immediately, while money in the future may be less valuable due to factors like inflation or having to wait to use it. Why it's important. Understanding the time value of money is crucial because it helps us make smart financial decisions. We can compare different deals, loans, and investments to figure out which one is the best for us. It allows us to know the true worth of money at different times, whether it's today or in the future. Key terms: interest rate, IRR, the cost of not having money for a specific period or the amount earned on an investment per year. Future value, FV, the value of money in the future after a certain period. Present value, PV, the value of money today. Why it matters. Examples: if you won the lottery and had the choice to receive $5 million now or $6 million over the next 10 years, the time value of money helps you figure out which option is better for you. It considers the worth of money today and in the future. When you put your money in a bank, the interest rate they offer determines how much your money will grow over time. Understanding the time value of money helps you compare different banks and choose the one that offers the best interest rate. Simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest is when you only earn interest on the initial amount you deposit, while compound interest allows you to earn interest on the money you previously earned as well. Compound interest helps your money grow faster over time. In simple terms, the time value of money teaches us that money today is worth more than money in the future. It helps us compare financial choices and make better decisions about saving, investing, or taking loans. By understanding these concepts, we can plan for a financially secure future and make the most of our money. Time value of money. Simple explanation. The time value of money is a cool concept in finance that says money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future. Imagine someone offers you $100 right now or $100 1 year from now. You probably want the money now because you can use it immediately. So money today has a higher value than the same money in the future. Mental models and analogies. Ice cream melting. Think of money like ice cream. If you have an ice cream cone now, it's nice and tasty, like having money today. But if you wait for it to melt and have it later, it won't be as enjoyable, like money in the future losing its value. So it's better to enjoy your ice cream, money, now. Seeds and trees. Money today is like a tiny seed that you can plant and grow into a big tree over time, future value. The more you wait and let it grow, the taller the tree becomes. But if you keep the seed for too long without planting it, it won't grow into a tree. Free. Example exercises and questions. A. If you have $500 now and the interest rate is 10%, how much will you have after 1 year? Use the future value formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus R. Answer. FV equals $500 asterisk 1 plus 0.10 equals $550 B. You want to save $1,000 for a new bike in 3 years. If the bank offers a 5% interest rate, how much do you need to deposit today? Use the present value formula. PV equals FV slash 1 plus per carat T answer. PV equals $1,000 slash 1 plus 0.05 carat 3 equals $863.84. Advantages and disadvantages of time value of money. Advantages helps us make better financial decisions by comparing options with different time frames. Allows us to plan for the future, like saving for big purchases or retirement. Helps businesses evaluate investments and calculate returns on projects. Disadvantages can be complex to understand all the formulas and calculations, but practice helps. Inflation can reduce the purchasing power of money in the future. Requires accurate predictions of future interest rates and cash flows, which can be challenging. Importance of knowing TVM. It helps us make smart choices about money and investments, enables us to plan for the future and achieve our financial goals. Businesses use it to evaluate profitability and make informed decisions. In simple terms, understanding the time value of money is like knowing the value of your money over time. It's like making sure you get the most out of your ice cream before it melts, or planting a tiny seed to grow a big tree of money in the future. It's a superpower in finance that helps you make wise decisions, plan for the future, and become financially savvy. 20 key points about the time value of money. Time value of money, TVM, means money today is worth more than the same money in the future. If you get $100 today, it's better than getting $100 a year from now because you can use it immediately. Money today has present value, PV, and money in the future has future value, FV. The interest rate, I, tells us how much the value of money changes after 1 year. An interest rate of 10% means money will be worth 10% more in 1 year. Interest rate, I or R, is the cost of not having money for a period or the money earned on an investment per year. Future value, FV, is the value of money in the future, and present value, PV, is the value of money today. The equation connecting FV, PV, interest rate, I, and time, T, is FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus ERT. Simple interest is when interest is only paid on the original amount, principal, and not on previously earned interest. Discounting is the process of finding the value of future money in today's terms using the discount rate. The discount rate is the interest rate used for discounting future cash flows to their present value. The time value of money helps us compare deals and investments at a single point in time. By discounting, we can find the present value of future cash flows and make informed financial decisions. Time value of money is essential for businesses to evaluate the total value of investments. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of money in the future, making money worth less over time. Money can be invested today to receive a return on the investment in the future. To make TVM calculations, we use the interest rate, duration, time, payments, present value, and future value. TVM helps us plan for the future, like saving for big purchases or retirement. The concept is like choosing between receiving a cash gift today or the same amount later with some extra value. Compound interest is when interest is earned on both the original amount and previously earned interest. In summary, the time value of money helps us understand that money today is more valuable than money in the future. We use special formulas to calculate the future and present value of money, and knowing these concepts helps us make smart choices, plan for the future, and evaluate different financial opportunities. Let's summarize the concept of time value of money and the difference between single-period and multi-period investments. Time value of money. Money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future. If someone offers you $100 now or $100 a year later, you prefer the money now because you can use it right away. Present value, PV, is the value of money today, and future value, FV, is the value of money in the future. The interest rate, I, tells us how much money grows or changes in value after 1 year. Single period investment. Single period investments last for one period, usually 1 year. You only need to know two out of three values, PV, FV, and interest rate, I. The formula for single period investment is FV equals PV asterisk, 1 plus I. It's like putting money in the bank for 1 year and getting interest on the original amount. Multi-period investment. Multi-period investments last for more than one period, usually multiple years. There are two types, simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest pays interest only on the original amount, principal. Compound interest pays interest on the account balance, including interest earned in previous periods. Compound interest grows your money faster because it's like earning interest on top of interest. In summary, time value of money helps us understand that money today is more valuable than money in the future. Single period investments are for 1 year and use a simple formula to calculate future value. Multi-period investments last for several years and can have simple or compound interest. Compound interest grows your money faster over time compared to simple interest, making it a more popular choice for long-term investments. Think of the time value of money like this. Money you have today is more valuable than the same amount of money you'll get in the future. Imagine someone offers you $100 right now or $100 a year later. You probably choose the $100 now because you can use it immediately. That's because money today can grow and become more valuable over time. Time value of money helps us understand this concept in finance. 2. Mental models and analogies. Ice cream melting. Money today is like a scoop of ice cream that you can enjoy right away. But if you wait too long, like in the future, the ice cream melts and loses its value. Similarly, money's value can decrease over time due to inflation or missed investment opportunities. Money seeds. Imagine money as seeds you can plant today. If you plant them now, invest, they'll grow into a bigger tree with more fruits, higher value in the future. But if you wait and don't plant the seeds, you won't get as many fruits, less value later. 3. Example exercises. You have $200 to invest, and the bank offers an interest rate of 5% per year. How much will your investment be worth after 1 year? Use the compound interest formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus I. Answer. FV equals $200 asterisk 1 plus 0.05 equals $210. Suppose you have $500 and you want to know how much it will be worth in 3 years with a 3% interest rate using simple interest. Calculate the future value. Answer. FV equals $500 asterisk 1 plus 0.03 asterisk 3 equals $545 for. Advantages and disadvantages. Advantages helps in making better financial decisions. Understanding the time value of money allows you to compare investment options and choose the most profitable one. Maximizes returns. By considering the time value, you can invest wisely and earn more money over time. Financial planning. It helps in setting long-term financial goals and planning for retirement or big purchases. Disadvantages. Complexity. The calculations might get complicated, especially for multi-period investments with compound interest. Inflation. Time value of money doesn't consider the impact of inflation, which can reduce the purchasing power of money over time. Assumptions. It assumes a constant interest rate, which may not always be accurate in real-life scenarios. Importance of knowing. Understanding the time value of money is crucial for anyone handling finances. It allows you to make informed decisions about investments, loans, savings, and budgeting. By considering the value of money over time, you can secure your financial future and achieve your goals. 15 key points about time value of money, TVM. Time value of money, TVM, is the idea that money you have now is worth more than the same amount in the future. Single period investment. When you invest money for just one period, usually 1 year, you can use the formula FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus I to find the future value FV. Multi-period investment. If your investment lasts multiple years, you can use compound interest, where interest is added to the account balance each period. Discount rate. The interest rate, I, used to calculate the present value, PV, of future cash flows. It helps determine how much future money is worth today. Duration or number of periods represents the time frame of the investment, usually measured in years. Current payment. The amount of money received or paid out in each period, not always present in every TVM problem. Present value, PV. The current value of future cash flows, found using the formula PV equals FV slash 1 plus I. Future value, FV. The value of money at a specific future point in time, calculated using FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus A, or compound interest formula. Interest rate, I. The percentage that determines how much your money will grow or earn over time. Simple interest. When interest is only earned on the original investment, principal, each period. Rarely used in real-life scenarios. Compound interest. Interest is earned on the total account balance, including interest from previous periods. More common and can lead to exponential growth. Example exercise. If you deposit $100 in a bank account with a 5% interest rate for 1 year, the future value would be $105 using simple interest and slightly more using compound interest. Importance of TVM. Helps in making smart financial decisions, comparing investments, and planning for the future. Inflation and TVM. TVM doesn't consider inflation, which affects the purchasing power of money over time. Assumptions of TVM. It assumes constant interest rates and predictable cash flows, which may not always hold true in real-life situations. Remember, the time value of money is a fundamental concept in finance, and understanding it can help you make better financial choices for your future. Imagine you have some money, and you want to figure out how much it will be worth in the future if you invest it, and it earns interest. This is where time value of money, TVM, comes into play. TVM has 5 important components: discount rate, interest rate, duration, time, payment, if any, present value, how much money you have now, and future value, how much it will be worth in the future. The future value, FV, is the amount of money your initial investment will grow to in the future, considering the interest it earns. To calculate the FV, you need to know the present value, the interest rate, and the number of periods, like years or months. If the interest compounds, it means you also earn interest on the interest you've already earned. For example, let's say you have a $500 loan for 10 years with a 7% annual interest rate. To find its future value, you use the formula FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus E caret T, where PV is $500, I is 0.07, the decimal form of 7%, and T is 10. Plugging these values in, you find that the future value will be $983.58 in 10 years. If the interest rate is different, like 1% per month, you need to convert the time period to months as well. So for a $500 loan with 1% monthly interest for 10 years, you use the formula FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus E caret T, where PV is $500, I is 0.01, the decimal form of 1%, and T is 120 to 10 years asterisk 12 months. Plugging these values in, you find that the future value will be $1,650.19 in 10 years. To summarize, future value, FV, is the amount your money will grow to in the future if you invest it and earn interest. You can calculate it by knowing the present value, interest rate, and time period and plugging them into the formula. Compound interest means you earn interest on your interest, while simple interest means you only earn interest on the original amount you invested. Let's break down the concept of time value of money, TVM, and future value, FV, understanding TVM. Imagine you have some money right now and you want to know how much it will be worth in the future. TVM helps you figure that out. It's like planting a seed, your money, and watching it grow into a bigger tree, future value, over time with the help of interest, just like a tree grows with water and sunlight. The growing money analogy. Think of your money as a tiny seed that you decide to plant in a magic soil, an investment. This magic soil is the financial world, where your money can grow bigger over time. The sunlight and water that make the seed grow are like the interest and time that make your money grow into the future value. The more time you give it and the higher the interest rate, more water and stronger sunlight, the larger your money tree, future value, will become. Calculating FV with simple numbers. Let's practice a simple example. You have $100 and you put it in a bank account with a 5% annual interest rate for 3 years, no additional payments. How much will you have at the end of 3 years? To find the future value, FV, you can use the formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus E caret TFV equals $100 asterisk 1 plus 0.05 carat 3 equals $100 asterisk 1.05 carat 3 equals $100 asterisk 1.157625 equals $115.76 advantages and disadvantages of TVM. Advantages: helps you plan and make better financial decisions for the future, allows you to understand the potential growth of your investments and savings, helps compare different investment options to find the most profitable one. Disadvantages: may not consider unexpected changes or events that can affect your finances, assumes a constant interest rate, which may not be realistic in the real world, cannot predict exact future outcomes as it depends on market conditions. Importance of TVM. Knowing TVM is essential because it empowers you to make informed choices about your money. It helps you see the impact of time and interest rates on your financial decisions. Understanding TVM can help you save more effectively, choose the right investment options, and plan for long-term goals like buying a car, a house, or saving for retirement. Remember, just like a little seed can grow into a big tree with patience and care, your money can grow into something significant if you understand and apply the principles of time value of money. Practice different scenarios and use financial tools to get comfortable with TVM calculations, and it will become a valuable skill in managing your finances effectively. 15 key points to help you understand the topic of time value of money, TVM, and calculating future value, FV. Future value definition. Future value, FV, is the amount of money a given sum will grow to in the future if it earns interest over time. Components of TVM. To calculate FV, you need to know 5 important things: present value, PV; interest rate, I; number of periods, T; payment, PMT; and discount rate. Interest matters. Interest is like a bonus for keeping your money in a bank or investment. It's the reason your money grows over time. Compound interest. Compound interest means your money earns interest not only on the initial amount, but also on the interest it earned in previous periods. It's like a snowball effect, where your money keeps growing faster and faster. Simple interest. Simple interest only pays interest on the original amount, PV. It doesn't include interest on interest earned in previous periods. Using the right formula. You need to use the correct formula depending on whether the interest is compound or simple. Make sure to identify the type of interest given in the problem. Consistent units. The interest rate and the number of periods must have consistent units. If the interest rate is per year, then the periods should be in years. If the interest rate is per month, the periods should be in months. Identifying future value, FV. To find FV, you should know PV, interest rate, I, and number of periods, T. You can use the compound interest formula or the simple interest formula accordingly. Moving the present. The present date can be moved based on what makes the problem easier to solve. Just remember that changing the present date affects the number of periods until the future for FV. Example exercise. What will be the FV of a $200 investment with a 6% annual interest rate for 5 years, assuming compound interest? Calculate FV using the formula. FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus E caret T understanding units. When calculating FV, it's essential to match the units of interest rate and periods. If the interest rate is per year, use the number of years for periods. Knowing the future value. Finding the FV is like looking into a crystal ball to see how much your money will grow in the future. It helps you make better financial decisions. Financial decision making. Calculating FV is crucial for planning your investments, loans, or savings. It shows you the potential growth and helps you choose the best options. Multiple loans example. When dealing with multiple loans, calculate the FV for each separately and then add them together to find the total future value. Real-life application. In real life, understanding FV helps you set financial goals, plan for retirement, and make wise investment choices to secure your financial future. By understanding these key points, you'll be better equipped to handle TVM calculations and make informed financial decisions for your future. Remember, practice is essential, so try solving different FV scenarios to gain confidence in this valuable financial skill. Imagine you're trying to figure out how much money will be worth in the future or how much money you need to invest today to reach a specific goal in the future. That's where the concept of time value of money, TVM, comes in. TVM has 5 important parts that help us with these calculations. Discount rate. This is like an interest rate, telling us how much more money we would pay to have it sooner. It represents the cost of not having the money today. Duration. This is the length of time that passes, like a year or a month, during which money grows or changes in value. Payment. The amount of money involved in the calculation, either money you invest or money you'll receive in the future. Present value, PV. This is the value of money today, which may be less than what it will be worth in the future due to the discount rate. Future value, FV. The value of money in the future after accounting for the interest or growth. For simple investments that last only one period, like 1 year, finding the present value, PV, is easy. You just divide the future value, FV, by 1 plus the interest rate, I. This gives you an idea of how much the money is worth today, considering the interest rate. However, things get a bit more complex when we consider multi-period investments, which last for several periods, years for example. In such cases, the interest rate compounds, meaning the interest from one period gets added to the future value and then used to calculate the next period's interest. This creates exponential growth over time, making it important to calculate the average rate of return over the investment's lifetime. In summary, the time value of money helps us understand how money's worth changes over time due to interest rates and the passage of time. It's crucial for making informed financial decisions, whether for single or multi-period investments. By knowing the present value and future value, we can make better choices about investing our money wisely. Let's break down the time value of money, TVM. Concept: the time machine analogy. Imagine you have a magical time machine that allows you to travel to the future and back. When you go to the future, you notice that things cost more than they do now. This is because the value of money changes over time due to interest rates. So if you want to buy something in the future, you need to know how much money you should have now to afford it later. That's the present value, PV, and future value, FV, calculations in TVM. The snowball analogy for compound interest. Think of your money as a snowball rolling downhill. As it goes down, it picks up more snow, interest, and becomes bigger and bigger. In TVM, this is compound interest. The longer the snowball rolls, more periods, the more snow, interest, it accumulates. In multi-period investments, the interest keeps adding up over time, making your money grow faster. Now let's try some example exercises. Exercise 1. Calculate the future value of $500 if you invest it for 5 years with a 7% interest rate, expressed as 0.07. Solution. Using the formula FV equals PV asterisk, 1 plus E caret and FV equals $500 asterisk, 1 plus 0.07, caret 5 FV $644.92. Exercise 2. Calculate the present value of $2,000 you want to receive after 3 years with a discount rate of 5%, expressed as 0.05. Solution. Using the formula PV equals FV slash 1 plus E caret and PV equals $2,000 slash 1 plus 0.05 carat 3 PV $1,727.50 advantages of TVM helps you make informed financial decisions by considering the time value of money, allows you to compare different investment opportunities and choose the most profitable one, helps you plan for future expenses and savings more effectively. Disadvantages of TVM assumes a constant interest rate, which may not always be the case in real-world scenarios. Doesn't consider other factors like inflation or changes in economic conditions that can impact the value of money. Can be more complex when dealing with multi-period investments and compound interest. Why is this important to know? Understanding TVM is crucial for making smart financial decisions. It helps you know how much your money will be worth in the future, how much you need to invest now to reach a financial goal, and which investment option is the most profitable. By knowing the time value of money, you can make better choices about spending, saving, and investing your money to secure your financial future. 15 key points to understand in depth about time value of money, TVM. TVM is about money's changing value. It's the idea that money's worth changes over time due to interest rates and the passage of time. 5 components of TVM. These are essential elements in TVM calculations: discount rate, duration, number of periods, payment, present value, PV, and future value, FV. Single period investment. It involves just one period, like 1 year. PV equals FV slash 1 plus I, where I is the interest rate. Importance of single period. It helps understand the value of money today compared to its worth in the future. Interest rate. It's a percentage that represents the cost of not having money for one period or the return on an investment per year. Present value, PV. It's the worth of money today, taking into account the interest rate and time. Future value, FV. It's the value of money in the future after considering interest and time. Defining multi-period investments. These investments have multiple periods, years for example. Compound interest. Interest that accumulates over time as it gets added to the future value, making your money grow faster. Dollar today versus tomorrow. A dollar today is more valuable than a dollar tomorrow due to TVM. Average rate of return. A way to calculate the cumulative return over the investment's lifetime. Understanding single-period investments. The future value is just the present value plus the interest applied once. Understanding multi-period investments. Interest compounds over time, leading to exponential growth. Graphical representation. Graphs can show the present discounted value of money over several years with different interest rates. Importance of TVM. It helps make better financial decisions, plan for the future, and compare investment opportunities. Keep these key points in mind, and you'll have a solid understanding of time value of money and its significance in financial decision-making. When you're dealing with money, it's essential to understand the concept of time value of money, TVM. TVM helps you figure out how much money today is worth in the future and vice versa. There are 5 important parts to TVM that we need to know about: discount rate, duration or number of periods, payment, present value, and future value. Discount rate. Imagine you have some money and you want to know what it will be worth in the future. The discount rate is like a magic number that helps you find out how much that future money is worth in today's terms. It takes into account different costs like opportunity cost, inflation, risk, and other expenses. Duration, number of periods. This is just the length of time during which interest accrues. It could be any fixed period, like a month or a year. The number of periods is important because it affects how much your money grows or shrinks over time. Payment. This is any amount of money you receive or pay out at a specific time. It could be an investment you make, a loan you take, or any regular income or expense. Present value, PV. This is the value of some amount of money in today's terms. It's what you would have to invest or pay now to get a certain amount of money in the future, considering the discount rate and the duration. Future value, FV. On the other hand, this is the worth of money at some point in the future. It's what you'll have after investing or saving some money for a given period, considering the discount rate. Now, when it comes to calculating TVM, there's a formula you can use. PV equals FV slash 1 plus E caret. Here, I is the discount rate and N is the number of periods. For example, let's say you expect to receive $1,000 in 1 year and the discount rate is 5%. Using the formula, you can find that the present value, what it's worth today, of that $1,000 is $952.38. These concepts are crucial for making financial decisions, like when you want to save or invest money, or when you're taking out a loan. Understanding TVM helps you see how much your money can grow over time and helps you make smart choices with your finances. Let's break down the topic of time value of money, TVM, mental model. Time machine for money. Think of TVM as a time machine for money. It helps you figure out how much money from the future is worth in today's terms and vice versa. The discount rate is like the ticket price for using the time machine. It tells you how much you need to discount or reduce the future money to know its value in the present. Analogy. Money roller coaster. Imagine money as a roller coaster ride. The future value is the highest point the roller coaster reaches, representing how much your money grows over time. The present value is like the starting point of the roller coaster, telling you how much money you need to have today to reach the same height in the future. The discount rate is like the speed of the roller coaster. The faster it goes, the lower the starting point. Present value needs to be. Practice exercises. A. You expect to receive $500 in 2 years, and the discount rate is 8%. Calculate the present value of that money. Present value PV equals $500 slash 1 plus 0.08 carat to $430.56 B. If you invest $1,000 today and the interest rate is 6%, what will be the future value of your investment after 3 years? Future value FV equals $1,000 asterisk 1 plus 0.06 carat 191.02 advantages and disadvantages of TVM. Understanding TVM is essential for making smart financial decisions. Here's why. Advantages. Helps you compare the value of money at different points in time. Enables you to make informed choices about investments and loans. Allows you to plan for the future and set realistic financial goals. Disadvantages. TVM calculations can be complex and may require some math skills. It assumes a constant discount rate, which may not always reflect real-world situations. Ignoring TVM can lead to making poor financial decisions that don't consider the impact of time on money. Overall, knowing TVM empowers you to manage your money wisely, make better financial choices, and secure a more stable financial future. 15 key points you should know in depth when studying the topic of time value of money, TVM. Time value of money, TVM. TVM is the idea that money has different values at different times, and it's essential to consider this when making financial decisions. Discount rate. The discount rate is like a magic number that helps us find the value of future money in today's terms. It represents the cost or interest rate used to decrease future cash flows to their present value. Components of the discount rate. The discount rate includes opportunity cost, liquidity cost, risk, and inflation, which are the costs associated with investing or borrowing money. Present value, PV. PV is the value of money today or the amount we need to invest now to get a certain amount in the future, considering the discount rate. Future value, FV. FV is the value of money in the future after it has grown due to interest or investment. Discounting. Discounting is the process of finding the present value of a future sum of money. Importance of TVM. TVM helps us make better financial decisions, plan for the future, and compare different investment or loan options. Opportunity cost. It's the cost of not being able to spend the money now because it's invested or loaned out. Inflation. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of money over time, so the same amount of money buys less in the future. Risk. There's a chance that we might not get our money back, especially if it's a bad investment or the debtor defaults. Liquidity. Investing or lending money reduces our liquidity, which means we might not have immediate access to the money. Number of periods, N. N represents the length of time during which interest accrues. It can be any fixed period, like a month or a year. Formula for calculations. The formula to find the present value of a future payment is PV equals FV slash 1 plus E caret, where I is the discount rate and N is the number of periods. Simple interest versus compound interest. Simple interest is rarely used and only calculates interest on the initial amount, while compound interest includes interest on previous interest. Relationship between PV and FV. As the discount rate increases, the present value decreases, and vice versa. The longer the time between the present and the future, the higher the future value, assuming the discount rate is constant. Understanding these key points will help you grasp the concept of TVM and its significance in financial decision-making. It's an essential tool for managing money and planning for the future effectively. Let's break down the topic of effective annual rate, year, and time value of money, TVM. Imagine you have some money in a bank account and the bank gives you extra money as interest. But here's the catch. The interest can be calculated in different ways, like once a year, once a month, or even continuously. When interest is calculated more frequently, it affects how much money you'll actually earn in a year. The effective annual rate, EAR, helps us figure out how much interest you'll truly earn in a year, taking into account the different ways interest is calculated. It's like a better measure of how much your money grows each year. When we want to find out how much money we'll have in the future or how much money we should have received in the past, we use the future value, FV, and present value, PV formulas. These formulas take into account the interest rate and how many times interest is calculated per year. The formula to find the year is a bit complicated, but it's important for making accurate calculations. If you want to find a future value or present value with different compounding periods, we have a formula for that too. When dealing with partial time periods, like finding the value of your money at a specific date between two interest calculation points, it gets a bit trickier. But for most cases, you can still use the regular formulas to find future and present values, even if you have fractional time periods. The main thing to remember is that the year is a better way to understand how much interest you'll actually earn in a year, and you can use it to make more accurate calculations when dealing with different compounding periods. I'll break down the topic and provide some mental models and analogies to help you understand and remember it better. Understanding effective annual rate, EAR. Think of your money in a bank account as a little plant. The interest is like water that helps your plant grow. The effective annual rate, EAR, is like a special way to measure how much water your plant is actually getting each year, taking into account how often you water it. Mental model. Plant growth and watering frequency. Imagine you have two plants, and you water one of them every day, while the other one gets watered only once a week. The plant that gets watered every day will grow more, right? That's because it's getting water more frequently. Similarly, when you deposit money in an account, the interest can compound daily, monthly, or annually. The more frequently it compounds, the higher the effective annual rate, EAR, will be. Example exercise. Let's say you have $1,000 in an account with 6% interest that compounds quarterly 4 times a year. Calculate the effective annual rate, EAR, for this account. Answer. Nominal interest rate equals 6% or 0.06 as a decimal, and compounding periods per year equals 4 quarterly. Now use the formula for EAR. EAR equals 1 plus I slashed and carat. 1 EAR equals 1 plus 0.6 carat 4 to 10614 or 6.14%. So the effective annual rate for this account is approximately 6.14%. Advantages and importance. The advantage of knowing the effective annual rate is that it gives you a more accurate understanding of how much your money will grow in a year, especially when interest compounds multiple times during the year. It helps you make better financial decisions and compare different investment options. The disadvantage is that calculating EAR can be a bit more complex compared to just using the nominal interest rate. However, understanding EAR is crucial when dealing with investments and loans to know the actual growth or cost involved. Knowing about compounding periods is important because it affects how fast your money grows. By understanding the different compounding frequencies, you can make smarter decisions about where to invest your money to maximize its growth over time. Remember, just like watering your plant regularly helps it grow faster, choosing accounts with higher compounding frequency can make your money grow faster too. And now, with the concept of EAR, you can see how much your money is really growing each year, like a pro gardener. 15 key points you should know about the topic of effective annual rate, EAR, and time value of money, TVM. EAR accounts for how often interest is added to your money during the year. It gives you a more accurate interest rate than the nominal rate. The units of time in the interest rate and the compounding period must match. For example, if it's a 7% interest rate per year, the compounding must be done yearly. When interest is compounded more than once a year, the EAR will be higher than the nominal interest rate. The equation for EAR allows us to find the actual interest rate that accumulates per year, considering multiple compounding periods. Future value, FV, is the worth of money at a specific date in the future, assuming a certain interest rate. Present value, PV, is the value of a payment or series of payments made at other times, discounted to reflect the time value of money. Sometimes, the number of periods doesn't match the interest rate units. To solve this, you can adjust one period to match the other. Converting an interest rate into an annual rate is not as simple as multiplying by the number of compounding periods. We need to use EAR. The formula for EAR with continuous compounding allows us to find the interest rate when it compounds continuously. The TIBA2 Plus calculator can help calculate the EAR for interest that compounds more than once per year. The formula for FV with periodic compounding helps find the future value given the present value, nominal interest rate, compounding periods, and time. Define the number of compounding periods and needed to reach a certain future value, use the equation involving logarithms. Fractional time periods can affect the balance of an account. Pay attention to whether interest was paid or not. For future or present value calculations, you can use fractional time periods, but for account balance, round down to the nearest compounding period. Understanding EAR and TVM is crucial for making wise financial decisions, comparing investment opportunities, and planning for the future. In summary, EAR helps us find the true interest rate, considering multiple compounding periods, and TVM allows us to compare the value of money at different points in time. Knowing these concepts is essential for financial planning and decision-making. Imagine you have some money and you want to know how much it will be worth in the future or how much it's worth today. This is important because it helps you make smart financial decisions. There are 5 important things we need to consider. discount rate. This is like an interest rate. It tells us how much our money will grow or shrink over time. A higher discount rate means more growth, and a lower one means less growth. Duration. Let's say you have $100 PV and want to see how much it will be in 5 years, FV, with an annual interest rate of 8%. Step 1. Identify the variables. PV equals $100, FV, what we want to find. Interest rate, discount rate, equals 8%, duration, time, equals 5 years. Step 2. Use the formula. FV equals PV asterisk, 1 plus E caret, where I is the interest rate, N is the number of periods, years in this case. Step 3. Plug in the values and calculate. FV equals $100 asterisk, 1 plus 0.0I, caret 5 $146.93. Advantages of TVM. Helps in making better financial decisions by comparing the value of money at different times. Allows you to plan for the future and understand the potential growth of investments. Disadvantages of TVM. It assumes constant interest rates, which may not be realistic in the real world. It doesn't account for unexpected events or changes in the economy. Importance of TVM. Understanding TVM is crucial in personal finance and business decisions. It helps you know how much your money is worth over time, compare investment opportunities, and plan for long-term financial goals. Remember, just like magic, TVM can seem a bit tricky at first, but with practice and these mental models, you'll become a master at understanding the value of money over time. 15 key points to know in depth about time value of money, TVM, and its related concepts. Time value of money, TVM. It's the idea that money's worth changes over time due to interest or inflation. Components of TVM. 5 key components are involved in TVM calculations: discount rate, duration, time, payment, present value, PV, and future value, FV. Present value, PV. It's the worth of a future sum of money in today's terms, considering a specific interest rate, discount rate. Future value, FV. It's the value of money at a specified future time, taking into account the interest rate. Simple interest. Interest is only calculated on the original amount, principal, and you don't earn interest on previously earned interest. Compound interest. Interest is calculated on both the original amount and any previously earned interest. Consistent units. The interest rate and number of periods should have matching time units, both in years. Calculating PV. You find PV by plugging FV, interest rate, and number of periods into an equation. Time periods N, represented as the number of years or periods involved in the calculation. Effective annual rate, EAR. It's the actual interest rate accrued due to compounding, accounting for multiple compounding periods in a year. Fisher equation. It calculates the real interest rate by adjusting for inflation. Real interest rate equals nominal interest rate, expected inflation rate. Importance of TVM. TVM helps in comparing different financial options, understanding investments worth over time, and making better financial decisions. Inflation. It's an increase in the general level of prices or cost of living, affecting the purchasing power of money over time. Cost of capital. The rate of return a company expects to earn on investments of equivalent risk. Investments should ideally have returns higher than the cost of capital. Practical application. TVM is used in various financial decisions such as loan calculations, investment evaluations, retirement planning, and determining the profitability of projects. Understanding TVM is crucial for managing personal finances, making wise investments, and evaluating business opportunities. By grasping these key points, you'll be well equipped to handle TVM calculations and financial planning with confidence. Imagine you're about to make some important financial decisions, like buying a house or taking a loan. To make smart choices, you need to understand the time value of money, TVM, and amortization. Time value of money means that money's worth changes over time. For example, a dollar today is worth more than a dollar tomorrow because you can invest it and make more money. So when you borrow money and have to pay it back with interest, you'll end up paying more than the original amount due to this time value. Amortization is a way to schedule loan payments over time. When you borrow money, you agree to repay it in installments, and an amortization schedule helps you figure out how much you'll pay each time and for how long. This schedule takes into account the time value of money. Now let's talk about perpetuities. A perpetuity is like an ongoing payment that never stops. It's like receiving a certain amount of money forever. The present value of a perpetuity is just the payment amount divided by the interest rate. Understanding TVM and amortization is crucial for making good financial decisions. It helps you know how much you'll really pay back on a loan and how to manage your money wisely. Similarly, knowing about perpetuities can be useful for certain financial situations where you receive constant payments indefinitely. Let's break down the topic of time value of money, TVM, amortization, and perpetuity time value of money, TVM. Simple explanation. Time value of money is the idea that money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future because you can use it to make more money through investments. Analogy. Think of money as a magical seed that can grow into more money over time if you plant it in the right place, investments. The longer you wait to plant the seed, the less time it has to grow into a bigger tree of money. Example. If you have $100 now and invest it, it may become $110 in a year. But if you wait a year to invest that $100, you miss out on that extra $10 of profit. Amortization. Simple explanation. Amortization is like creating a payment plan when you borrow money, so you know how much to pay back each month and for how long. Analogy. Imagine you borrowed money from a friend and they want you to pay them back in small monthly installments. Amortization helps you decide how much to pay each time so that you eventually pay back the full amount plus some extra for the time value of money. Example exercise. Let's say you borrowed $1,000 from your friend with a 10% interest rate, and you have to pay it back over 1 year, 12 months. Calculate your monthly payments using the amortization formula. Monthly payment A equals principal P X or slash 1 plus or keratin, whereas the monthly interest rate 10% slash 12, and then is the number of months 12. Answer. Monthly payment A equals 1000x 0.10 slash 1 plus 0.10 carat minus 12, $87.92 perpetuity. Simple explanation. Perpetuity is like receiving money forever without an end date. It's a never-ending stream of cash payments. Analogy. Imagine you have a magic money tree that keeps giving you money every month for the rest of your life without ever running out. That's a perpetuity. Example exercise. Let's say you have a perpetuity that pays you $50 every year, and the interest rate is 5%. Calculate the present value, PV, of this perpetuity using the formula. PV equals payment size, A, slash interest rate, R. Answer. PV equals $50 slash 0.05 equals $1,000. Advantages and disadvantages. Knowing about TVM, amortization, and perpetuity is crucial because advantages. It helps you make informed financial decisions, like understanding loan repayments and mortgage payments. It allows you to compare different investment options to choose the best one with higher returns. It helps businesses plan their financial strategies and assess long-term investments. Disadvantages. Complex calculations can be overwhelming for some people, leading to potential errors in financial planning. Not considering TVM can lead to poor investment decisions or underestimating loan repayments. Understanding these concepts can empower you to make wise financial choices, plan for the future, and avoid common financial pitfalls. So, take your time to grasp these ideas and remember to use the mental models and examples to make it easier to understand and remember. Let's break down the topic of time value of money, TVM, amortization, and perpetuity using simple terms, analogies, and examples to help you understand and remember better. Time value of money, TVM. Simple explanation. Time value of money is the idea that money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future because you can use it to make more money through investments. Analogy. Think of money as a magical seed that can grow into more money over time if you plant it in the right place, investments. The longer you wait to plant the seed, the less time it has to grow into a bigger tree of money. 20 key points to understand in depth about the topics of time value of money, TVM, amortization, and perpetuity, explained in simple terms. Time value of money, TVM, is the idea that money today is worth more than the same amount in the future due to the potential to invest and earn returns. TVM's components are essential in financial calculations. Discount rate, the interest rate used to convert future cash flows to their present value. Duration, the length of time over which cash flows occur. Payment, the amount of money received or paid at each period. Present value, the current value of future cash flows. Future value, the value of an investment or cash flow at a specific future date. Amortization is a process of repaying borrowed money in installments over time, and it helps create a payment plan for both borrower and lender. An amortization schedule shows how much you need to pay back each period and for how long, considering both principal and interest. The time value of money concept plays a critical role in amortization, as it ensures that each payment accounts for the opportunity cost of not investing the money elsewhere. When you borrow money, you have to repay the principal, original borrowed amount, and the interest, additional cost for borrowing, over time. The amortization schedule determines how much of each payment goes towards reducing the principal and how much is for paying the interest. A dollar today is more valuable than a dollar tomorrow because you can invest it and earn more money. With TVM, you can understand why the total repayment for a loan, like a mortgage, is more than the initial amount borrowed due to interest and the time value of money. To calculate monthly payments for a loan, you use the amortization formula, considering the principal, interest rate, and the number of payments. The concept of perpetuity involves receiving cash payments forever without any end date. Perpetuities are a special type of annuity, but they have no specific time limit, making them a continuous stream of cash flows. To calculate the present value of a perpetuity, divide the payment size by the interest rate. Perpetuities with growing payments are called growing perpetuities, and you subtract the growth rate from the interest rate in the present value equation. In real life, perpetuities are rare, but they help us understand the value of endless cash flows. Amortization is crucial in personal financial decisions, like understanding loan repayments and mortgages, while perpetuity helps in valuing long-term investments. For businesses, understanding TVM, amortization, and perpetuity helps in strategic financial planning and risk assessment. When considering a mortgage, understanding amortization can help you budget and plan for long-term payments. Knowing TVM aids in comparing investment options and making informed decisions based on potential returns. The time value of money is a fundamental concept in finance that impacts various aspects of personal and business financial decision-making. By understanding these key points, you will have a strong grasp of TVM, amortization, and perpetuity and be better equipped to make sound financial choices in your life. When it comes to money, there are two important concepts: present value, PV, and future value, FV. These help us understand how the value of money changes over time. Future value, FV, is like a crystal ball that tells us how much a certain amount of money will be worth in the future, assuming it earns some interest. It's the amount that money will grow to over time. The formula for FV is FV equals PV asterisk, 1 plus interest rate caret number of years. Present value, PV, on the other hand, is like a time machine that tells us how much money today is worth in the future after considering the interest it can earn. It's the value of money in today's terms. To find PV, we use a process called discounting, which takes the future value back to today. The formula for PV is PV equals FV slash 1 plus interest rate caret number of years. The relationship between PV and FV is that they are connected through interest. When one increases, the other also increases, as long as the interest rate and the time period stay the same. If the interest rate goes up where more time passes, the FV will increase, but the PV will decrease. When we have multiple cash flows, multiple payments or investments with different amounts and different times, we can find their total FV by adding up the FV of each cash flow. Similarly, to find the total PV of multiple cash flows, we add up the PV of each individual cash flow. If the cash flows happen at regular intervals, have a fixed size, and earn a constant interest rate, they are called annuities. There are specific formulas to calculate the FV and PV of annuities, making the calculations easier. However, if the cash flows are irregular or don't fit the characteristics of an annuity, we must calculate the FV and PV for each cash flow separately and then add them all together to find the total. It can be more complicated, but that's the way to do it. Remember, these concepts are essential for making financial decisions as they help us understand the value of money over time and make informed choices about investments and loans. Let's break down the topic with some mental models and analogies to make it easier to understand. The time travel of money. Imagine money as a time traveler that can either go to the future or come back to the present. When money travels to the future, it becomes more valuable because it earns interest. This future value, FV, is like the money's worth in the future. But when money comes back to the present, it gets discounted because we want to know its value in today's terms. This discounted value is called present value, PV. So FV and PV are like two sides of a time-traveling coin. Compound interest roller coaster. Think of compound interest like a roller coaster ride for your money. The higher the interest rate and the longer the ride, number of periods, the higher the roller coaster goes, higher FV. On the other hand, if you want to know how much money you need to start with today to reach a specific point on the roller coaster in the future, you need to go backward, and that's the present value, PV. PV and FV for loans and savings. Consider a loan you take from the bank. The bank gives you the present value of the money you need, and over time, you pay them back the future value, which includes the original amount plus interest. On the flip side, when you put money in a savings account, you deposit the present value, and the bank will give you back the future value, which is your savings plus interest. Quick example exercises. You want to save $1,000 for a trip in 3 years, and the bank offers an annual interest rate of 5%. What is the future value, FV, of your savings after 3 years? Answer. FV equals $1,000 asterisk. 1 plus 0.05 carat 3 equals $1,000 asterisk. 1.157625 equals $1,157.63. You have $500, and you want to know how much it's worth in today's terms, present value. If you can earn an annual interest rate of 3% and leave it for 2 years. Answer. PV equals $500 slash 1 plus 0.03 carat 2 equals $500 slash 1,609,471.98 advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of understanding present value and future value is that it helps you make smarter financial decisions. You can calculate how much an investment will be worth in the future or figure out the amount you need to save today to reach a specific goal in the future. However, the calculations can get complex, especially when dealing with multiple cash flows or annuities. It might be challenging to manually calculate the total future value or present value for irregular cash flows. This is why learning the formulas and using financial tools can be helpful to save time and avoid mistakes. Knowing PV and FV is crucial for making wise financial choices, such as investing in stocks, bonds, or real estate. It empowers you to evaluate the potential returns and risks of different financial options, allowing you to plan for a secure financial future. 25 key points to know in depth when studying the topic of present value (PV) and future value (FV) calculations. Future value (FV) measures the nominal future sum of money that a given amount is worth at a specified time in the future, assuming a certain interest rate or rate of return. FV is calculated by multiplying the present value (PV) by the accumulation function. PV and FV vary jointly, meaning when one increases, the other increases, assuming the interest rate and number of periods remain constant. If the interest rate and number of periods increase, FV increases or PV decreases. The formula to calculate FV is FV equals PV asterisk 1 plus E caret, where I is the interest rate and N is the number of periods. Present value PV is the current value of a future amount of money, discounted to reflect its value as if it existed today. PV is obtained through the process of discounting using the discount rate. The relationship between PV and FV reflects the concept of compounding interest. Simple interest has n multiplied by I, but compounding interest is raised to the power of n, which makes it grow faster. The interest rate, or discount rate, and the number of periods are the two variables that affect both FV and PV. A higher interest rate leads to a lower PV and a higher FV, and vice versa. If the number of periods increases, FV will be higher, assuming constant PV, due to more time for compounding. FV and PV are related to single payments, but multiple payments require additional calculations. To find the FV of multiple cash flows, sum the FV of each cash flow individually. All cash flows should be calculated to the same point in the future before adding them together. If multiple cash flows have fixed sizes, occur at regular intervals, and earn a constant interest rate, they form an annuity. An annuity can be calculated using specific formulas depending on the characteristics of the payments. Cash flows that are not annuities need to be discounted individually and then summed to find the total PV or FV. The formula to calculate PV of multiple cash flows is PV equals SFV slash 1 plus E caret T, where S indicates the sum. FV is the FV of each cash flow, and 'tis the number of periods. All cash flows should be discounted to the same point in time when calculating PV. For annuities, you may need to discount them to their start date first, and then discount them further to the present as a single cash flow. If cash flows are irregular, don't occur at fixed intervals, or earn different interest rates, there isn't a straightforward way to calculate the total PV or FV. In the case of multiple annuities, discount each annuity's PV to its respective start date, and then discount them again to the desired future or present date. The calculations become simpler when cash flows exhibit annuity characteristics: constant payment size, fixed intervals, and constant interest rate. Always remember to be mindful of the time frame and ensure all cash flows are appropriately discounted to a common point in time before performing calculations. These key points should give you a solid understanding of present value and future value calculations and their applications in financial decision-making.